Dr. Doom. The very mention of his name makes lesser men tremble. The brilliant scientist, whose iron mask conceals a scarred face. He seeks the betterment of humanity through world conquest versus Mr. Terrific. His real name, Michael Holt, the third smartest man alive. Mr. Terrific embodies his Golden Age predecessor's slogan of fair play and is currently the leader of his own team, the Terrifics. I'm the Shinnin, and I'm here to analyze their intellect, versatility, and weapons, to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. Victor Von Doom's origin, as revealed in Books of Doom, begins with his harsh childhood in Latveria, where his mother, Cynthia, practiced the dark arts to protect their family from persecution. Despite her husband Werner's pleas, Cynthia called upon the demon Mephisto, who manipulated her into seeking vengeance against the Baron's men. Her actions resulted in her death, leaving Werner to raise Victor alone. With her dying breath, Cynthia warned Werner to keep Victor away from dark influences, a wish that went unfulfilled. After Cynthia's death, King Vladimir summoned Werner to treat his dying wife. When the treatment failed, the Baron ordered Werner's execution. Werner fled with Victor, ultimately freezing to death to protect his son. Orphaned and filled with anger, Victor discovered his mother's mystical artifacts and taught himself sorcery, determined to free her soul from Mephisto. His obsession with power deepened when he killed a man who attempted to capture him for a bounty. Despite his grim past, Victor excelled in science, attracting the attention of a U.S. general who offered him a chance to study in America. Victor arrived at State University, where he quickly clashed with Reed Richards, who became his academic rival. Victor's scientific genius led him to create early versions of the Doombots and a machine to rescue his mother's soul. Using the device, he traveled to Hell, where Mephisto held Cynthia captive. Despite Victor's efforts, he failed to free her, and an explosion sent him back to Earth, scarred and expelled from university. This traumatic event marked a turning point in his quest for power and vengeance. Following his expulsion, Victor traveled to Tibet, where he trained with monks and mastered their teachings. With their help, he crafted his iconic armor, embedding it with adaptive technology and enchantments to protect himself from Mephisto. Once donned, the armor became a symbol of his transformation into Dr. Doom. If you didn't already know, Dr. Doom is one of the most brilliant minds in the Marvel Universe. His intelligence is on another level, so much so that in Secret Wars #2, after Galactus neutralized Ultron, Doom not only rebuilt and reprogrammed him, but also commanded Ultron to take down Absorbing Man, Dr. Octopus, Wrecker, and even Molecule Man single-handedly. His genius doesn't stop there. In Thor #605, Doom rebuilt Odin's destroyer armor, infused it with Thor's Odin Force, and proceeded to use it to toss Thor around like a rag doll. His mind is said to function as fast as a sophisticated computer, and he even cracked the mystical properties of vibranium, something even Wakanda couldn't do. Using this knowledge, he developed a device to connect himself to every fragment of vibranium, claiming it was a power even greater than the power cosmic. But Doom isn't just a genius, he's physically formidable. His armor grants him immense strength, force fields, and an arsenal of advanced weaponry. He can crush a diamond to dust with his bare hands and hold his own against the Hulk. No, he's not stronger than the Hulk, but he's not going down easily either. He's been seen casually tossing giant boulders with one hand, and then there's his magic. Doom isn't just a scientist, he's one of Marvel's most powerful sorcerers. He's traveled across space and time to master the dark arts, and even Doctor Strange admitted that Doom was learning things he himself couldn't do. He once banished Morgan Le Fay, one of Earth's most powerful sorcerers, back to the dawn of man. He also summoned an army of monsters to take on the Avengers, and even healed Wiccan using his mystical abilities. With his vast knowledge of sorcery, there's very little Doom can't do. Doom isn't just resistant to mind control, he can control others with his own force of will, including people and creatures alike. This makes him one of the most terrifying villains in comics. And if that wasn't enough, his demeanor is pure swagger. Doom doesn't think he's the best. He knows he is. Everything he does is dripping with confidence and authority. Of course, we can't talk about Doom without mentioning that moment, the time he wielded the Infinity Gauntlet. In Fantastic Four, 2012, by Jonathan Hickman, Doom discovered an Infinity Gauntlet from an alternate reality resting on a skeleton's hand. Naturally, he claimed it for himself. But he didn't stop there. He used the gauntlet to summon alternate versions of himself across the multiverse, forming the Parliament of Doom, ruling over them all. Now let's talk about his strongest variant, God Emperor Doom. Man, this variant is on another level. In Secret Wars 2015, he basically stole the power of the Beyonders using Molecule Man, then became pretty much a god. He rewrote reality itself and created Battleworld, a planet made up of fragments from destroyed universes. He literally reshaped existence. Whatever he wanted to happen, happened. He changed history, erased memories, and even rewrote the fundamental makeup of matter itself. And he has the power over life and death. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps out the channel. Thanks for your support. At a young age, Michael Holt showed remarkable intelligence, reading and assimilating the works of Bohr, Einstein, Planck, and Feynman, the pantheon of theoretic physics. He studied advanced science, space and time, while other children struggled through Sesame Street. Holt displayed, as he called it, a natural aptitude for having natural aptitudes, easily picking up and retaining complex skills and abilities that other men spent their entire lives perfecting. Before he began his career as a superhero, he already possessed 14 PhDs, 2 in engineering and physics, including assorted doctorates and master's in degrees in law, psychology, chemistry, political science, computer science, rocket science, and mathematics. He was a self-made multimillionaire with a high-tech firm called Cyberware, later Holt Holdings Inc., and was a gold medal-winning Olympic decathlete. While contemplating suicide after the death of his mentally handicapped older brother and the accidental death of his wife and unborn child, Holt was met by the spirit of God's vengeance. Known as the Spectre, ironically, Holt is an atheist, who told him about Terry Sloan, the Golden Age superhero known as Mr. Terrific. Inspired by Sloan's life story, he took the name Mr. Terrific and later joined the current Justice Society of America, eventually serving as its chairman. He initially wore ordinary clothes and a leather jacket with Sloan's Fair Play emblem on the back. He currently wears a T-shaped mask, a black and white costume with red trim, and a collarless jacket in the same colors. The black sections of tunic and jacket forming a T, with Fair Play written on the sleeves and Terrific on the back. For a time, he acted as spokesperson for Telurco and consulted that company on industrial espionage and security matters, in exchange for that company helping fund a youth center Terrific had started. Holt has a friendly rivalry with Batman, his opposite number in the Justice League of America. Also, Michael Holt has encountered Terry Sloan twice through time travel, with Sloan expressing pride in having so worthy a successor. Holt has been noted as the most intelligent member of the JSA in its history, surpassing his predecessor. He describes himself as the 3rd smartest person in the world. All right, let's talk raw intelligence, and not just solved a Rubik's Cube in the womb genius. We're talking about the 3rd smartest human being on Earth, ranked in a universe where intellect is weaponized and measured in galactic threat levels. Think about that for a second. This is the same Earth that houses Lex Luthor, who can weaponize economic theory like a nuke. Batman, whose IQ might as well be classified as a national defense asset. And Brainiac-adjacent AI constructs that can rewrite reality algorithms. So being number 3 on that leaderboard? Yeah, that's not just impressive. That's terrifying. This guy doesn't just have knowledge. He has what I call a meta-savant brain. A mind tuned not just to learn, but to learn how to learn anything, instantly. Show him a neurosurgery manual, and he's in the OR performing procedures before most med students have scrubbed in. Quantum mechanics? Child's play. He was solving quantum paradoxes when most kids were still mastering the crayon box. He doesn't study fields of knowledge. He absorbs them. This is a man with a cosmic-level polymathic intellect, a brain that doesn't hit walls. It reprograms the walls and keeps walking. Now, shift gears to tactics and tech. This man isn't just brainpower with a pulse. He's a walking specter. You cannot track him. Not with satellites, not with radar, not with heat signatures, heartbeat sensors, or the kind of military-grade surveillance systems Batman personally helped design. Nothing sees him. He's the ghost in the machine, the ultimate blind spot in a world where eyes are everywhere. And then there are the T-spheres, those sleek, silent orbs that orbit him like mechanical moons. What are they? Imagine if Tony Stark built drones without ego. No speeches, no theatrics, just results. These things fly, fight, heal, cloak, and hack on a level that makes most tech look like Fisher-Price toys. They create holograms so convincing they can trick telepaths. They can shift gravity fields. They can knock Black Adam off his feet and hold their own against Captain Marvel-level forces. They are adaptive war machines, tuned to a mind that never stops thinking 10 moves ahead. But let's be clear, he's not just hiding behind tech. He holds black belts in 6 martial arts. The man has trained his body like he trained his mind into a precision instrument of survival and combat. There's a story, legendary in certain circles, about how he once took down the Tomorrow Thief, a metahuman threat with no gear in the middle of the Arctic, with broken ribs using nothing but chemistry, a shard of ice, and sheer tactical brilliance. That's not luck. That's Batman-tier resourcefulness. Only colder. And then there's the T-mask, a piece of wearable genius that's part cloaking device, part nanotech filtration unit, part encrypted global comms hub. It lets him disappear in plain sight and scrub his presence from any digital, biological, or mystical tracking system. He can extend that invisibility field to others, turning entire teams into untraceable ghosts. Not even Brother Eye, the satellite AI that surveils every metahuman on the planet, can find him. This isn't just next-level stealth. This is what happens when genius evolves beyond detection, beyond confrontation, into pure strategic dominance. He's not just a man with a plan, he's the plan, rewritten in code, muscle, and mind. All right, let's dive into this. Dr. Doom versus Mr. Terrific. They're both iconic superpowered characters from different universes, and each brings something unique to the fight. Now, I'll analyze their intellect, versatility, and weapons to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. 1. Intellect. Doom, he thinks in equations that break physics. Rebuilt Ultron like it was IKEA furniture. Turned the Destroyer into a Thor slapper. And, oh yeah, rewrote the multiverse as God Emperor Doom. The man makes reality blink. But Mr. Terrific, he doesn't learn, he downloads. Ranked top 3 smartest in a universe with Lex and Bats. Solves quantum paradoxes before breakfast. His brain doesn't hit walls, it rewrites the walls. Meta, avant brain. Edge, Mr. Terrific, for real-time adaptability, but it's close. 2. Versatility. Doom's a walking apocalyptic event. Magic? He mastered it. Tech? He invented it. Strength? He brawls with Hulk. Doom doesn't bring a knife to a gunfight. He brings a multiversal arsenal to your doorstep. But Mr. Terrific, he disappears. He's the ghost in the machine. You don't see him coming, and by the time you realize he's there, you're already checkmated. His drones fight like they were programmed by God-level Tony Stark, without the ego. Edge, Dr. Doom, he got the tools of a god. Lastly, weapons. Doom's wielded the Infinity Gauntlet, fused magic with machinery, and bent the Beyonders to his will. Literal god-tier artillery. Meanwhile, Mr. Terrific built drones that hack Captain Marvel-tier threats. His T-mask? It's a stealth hub, cloaking device, and mystical scrambler all in one. He doesn't just wear tech, he becomes untouchable. Edge. For raw firepower and reality-breaking gear, Doom wins this one. So who wins? Dr. Doom takes it. His magic, tech, and cosmic level power just outclass everything in a straight fight. He's rewritten the laws of existence.